Welcome to Trail Cam Journey Episode 4. On this episode I'm going to talk about Southern Arizona Coues deer. I'm going to do 3 episodes on Coues at different areas down here in the Southwest. Oaks, grassland, and desert. Today's episode is on oaks. Here I've got a trail that I found last January. There's scrapes all along this trail. Buku pictures and videos of Coues deer, the activity going through here all day, all night. But I've also found that I'm going to share with you is trails throughout the year where the Coues still visit the scrapes, that of which I didn't know. And thanks to my cameras, I found these. This scrape line here, as you can see, there's a tree behind me with an overhanging branch. There's a scrape right there. I chose this area because it's open. I set up my cameras right here on these little trees looking down the trail. They're low and I get great footage that you will see at the end of pics and videos of Arizona Coues deer. This area is more open. As you can see, the oaks get really thick and it's hard getting good footage with the shading and the leaves and the branches. So this area is great for the camera setup. Down below I've got a bunch of trails that are more in a lower cut in the canyon where I don't have that issue, and I'll show you that when we get down there. Okay, this is a scrape right here. You can see how it's cleared and they've scratched it with their hoofs. What they'll do is they'll urinate down their leg along their dorsal gland and their scent ends up down here. Up top here there's always an overhanging branch on the scrapes that I've noticed. They'll rub that with their forehead gland and they'll sometimes lick it. And they'll mark this area with their scent. That's what I look for on these scrapes. This is one of my favorite spots. I found this spot by hiking around. Now you got to remember, you can't find places like this when you're glassing, and they are very thick, but it holds a lot of game. I've gotten a lot of deer here, more deer than anything else. Occasional bear, coatimundi, javelina here in the oaks, but this is mainly for deer. Now there is 5 trails that come down that I found that come down and crisscross through here. There's a little creek right here. This creek hardly ever has water, but for some reason the deer pass through here all the time, and I get great footage that you'll see at the end with all the pics. This place is just down the hill from the scrape line that we were just at. That's further up behind me. So that's how I found this place, following these trails. Game trails is what I go by for all my places. I follow them down, they emerge down here, crisscross, and boom, I've got an awesome spot. I've got like 4 different cameras, different angles down here. So here's another thing to remember. When you've got a lot of cameras in one little area, they're not all going to catch everything, and that's what I've learned. One of my cameras will catch a monster buck, and all the other ones catch a few does and a few small bucks, and maybe a bear. But that one camera caught that buck, and now I don't know how that is. You'd think all the cameras would catch them, but they don't. So keep that in mind when you put 1 or 2 cameras in an area. You're not going to get everything in there. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for all the views and checking out my channel. On my first episode I just reached 3,000 views, and I want to thank you very much. I hope this has been educational for you and you've learned something, and it will help you in your trail cam journeys in the future, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.